Hi all, so welcome to today's tutorial. So in previous tutorial we have added torch, we have added gun, we have also added the spawner classes. But when we are clicking shoot button, we are not doing anything, we are just printing one message, right? So in this class we will create one actor in which we will create a projectile bullet. So let's see how we'll do that. So our main idea is to have an actor. I will encourage you to do that on your own first. So in that actor, we will have one static mesh, and with that static mesh, we will have the projectile movement component. So as soon as we will click, we will spawn that actor, it that projectile movement component will have some initial speed, max speed, and that's it. As soon as it will hit the bullet will hit something, it will apply the damage. That's it. So this is our main idea. So let's see how we can do that. Like before proceeding this tutorial, I will encourage you to do the same. Try to create one projectile bullet class on your own. So let's see how we can do that. I will add a directory called weapons. So inside the weapon, I will create one actor, Unreal class actor, and will name it as M projectile bullet. Projectile bullet. Press OK. You already know the drill. So as I said, we will have two components under the public section only. So these two components will be the static mesh component and the projectile movement component. So u property, edit anywhere. So first thing will be u static mesh component. Pressing tab, so it will include the header file for me. So make sure that you are doing the same. Okay, it is already there in our parent class. So okay, use static mesh component. So it is sm underscore bullet, smc underscore bullet, and next is the projectile movement component. So you property, edit anywhere, you projectile movement component include. So make sure that you are including these header files. It's the pointer. So pmc underscore bullet. Perfect. Next thing, we need to have one visual mesh to have that visuals. So to have that, we will have one bullet mesh too. So u property, edit anywhere. We are including this u property because let's imagine if we want to extend this class to the blueprint, we can do that and we can change these properties. So for this we need to use static mesh, not a static mesh component, because it's just the data. So static mesh sm underscore bullet. I think we are good to go. Perfect. Now in our constructor class, first we need to initialize our components. So first we will get the static. First we will get this static mesh. So to have it, what we'll do, sm underscore bullet is equals to we have to cast it our static load, because we have already done this. So you know this drill already. You static mesh, and here is static load object. So it's a use static mesh class. So use static mesh static class comma null comma text. Here we have to provide the path. So make sure, don't forget to include that, and here we will check if it is valid or not. If valid, sorry, mutils is valid, sm bullet comma sm bullet is not valid. If it is valid, then we will go forth. Okay, so before putting, we need to initialize our components because we need to put this static mesh inside this static mesh component. So let's initialize them first. Okay, so we need to have this bullet, this as the root component. So we will initialize it first. So smc bullet is equals to create defaults subobject, and it's a type of view static mesh component text, and we will put the same root component is equals to smc bullet. Perfect. If it is valid, what we will do, smc bullet dot set static mesh, and we'll set sm underscore bullet. Perfect. So we are done with this. Next thing which we have to initialize is the PMC. Projectile movement component is equals to create default object u projectile movement component text. We have to initialize the initial speed and the max speed. So PMC bullet dot initial speed is equals to I will have some dummy value. PMC bullet max speed is equals to 10,000. Let's imagine. Okay, so I think we are done. What there is one more thing which we can do actually. We can have this as a variable. So let's imagine if we will expose this to blueprint class, we can change these settings too. So duplicating this float in initial speed max speed float, and we will replace this value initial speed max speed. Perfect. Okay, so this was the first thing. So if we will spawn this class right now, it should work fine. It just we have to pass this and it should work great. Next thing we want, like as soon as this this static mesh will hit something, uh, it should apply some damage to that actor to which it is interacting with. So what we'll do, we do want to have it on the on hit function. So smc bullet on hit on component hit add dynamics this comma, and here we have to provide the function which we want to bind it to the on component hit. So end am projectile bullet on bullet hit, alt enter, create member function, alt enter, generate definition. So this we have a function which is binded to this on hit on component hit. So when this bullet will hit something, it will call this function, and in this function we will, for now we will just write, okay, we will destroy this component and mutils dm bullet hit something. Okay, and we will destroy this. Okay, I don't think we need this tick, so we'll remove this. We can also set it to false, like if ever tick, so it will become more optimized here. Okay, this is perfect. So let's compile the project now and let's check if it is working fine or not. Okay, but we have to make sure that, okay, here we have to provide this name, and here we have to provide the bullet path, which we haven't done yet. So we'll do that, give it a second. Actually it is giving us the compile error because it do want to have something. So for the dummy, because I'm not sure what the path is, so for that I have to open the Unreal Engine. So for now I will just copy paste one as dummy so we can compile our code. Once we are compiled, then we will go forward with the original path. And I hope you are able to understand all the things which we are explaining here. If not, make sure that you are commenting it below and I will try my best to sort the things out as soon as possible. Perfect. Here, go to the zombie, and we do have the assets: static mesh, torch. Okay. Okay. If I'm not wrong, in our previous tutorial we have updated with the, this was the mission. Why is it? Okay. Okay, perfect. It is working. Hmm. Okay. Cool. Okay, we need to have one static mesh, a ball maybe. So for that, what we can actually do, because we don't have this sphere. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me have one dummy actor. We'll have the static mesh, tick mesh. We'll choose a sphere. A sphere. Mm, we can choose any sphere. Just checking the dimension 320. This is quite big. What I will do, I will export it. Uh, One of the things which I can do, I can just copy paste it. Okay, static mesh, copy here, static mesh. In our case, it's quite big, if I'm not wrong. Uh, and we have to give it some texture. Maybe the material is not looking good. Maybe some yellowish. This one. Torch. Choose it. Okay. Back. Let me choose it here. Again. Okay. It's quite big. So let me drag drop it. So it's quite big, as we can see it here. If I can 0.5, it's still big. 0.1, now it's good. So we knew now we know like we have to keep scaling to point 0.1. And there's one more thing. Okay, first what we will do, we will just right click, copy reference. We'll replace this path, save. So this thing is done. So it just like as soon as we will right now it won't be visible because if we will go to this orange, let me have it as emission value. So multiply will connect it to the emission power, clicking one, clicking left, and I'm making it 20, so it will become glow, it will glow. So if I will simulate it, it's not moving. Okay, it won't because okay, let's compile. And what we'll do, we will just spawn the projectile actor which we have created. This is the arcade sphere, that's why it's not moving. So go to all, C++ class zombie, actors, spawners, and weapons, projectile bullet. Just for the testing, if we will simulate it right now, you can see it's moving down because it's heavy. So we will change its scale to 0.1. Let's try it now. Okay, bullet hit something. Okay, now our bindings are working fine. When you select it here, we can see that we have the initial speed and max speed, and it's not set. And I think we are setting it here. Okay, this is the main reason. So we have to give the default value 5000 and 10,000. That's why it is not moving. So maybe we need to compile it again, and we will delete it. Replace it again. Let's check. So it is moving fine, right? You can change its speed. There's no issue with that. 0.1 scale now. It's working fine. So as we can see, it is working fine. So I will just compile and save it. And let me check if I need to revert this orange material or not. I'm just checking. Okay, this is the torch. Perfect. It's okay actually, because as a spawner, we should have some visuals from the back also. Okay, this is the torch, right? This is looking actually good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now this is working fine. I think I'm quite happy with this bullet class. Now our next target is like when we are clicking left, you just have to spawn it in the front of the gun. So what you can do, this can be your next task. I will encourage you to do that. As soon as you are clicking left, which the code is here in the gun class on shoot, you have to spawn this actor, the weapon actor and projectile movement. You just have to spawn it in front of the gun. That's it. So that's your next task. I hope you will do it well. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.